Hassan Longstreet of USC, after long being rumored to be going into the transfer portal, has now gone into the transfer portal. Was looking like maybe he would stick around, but things kind of got more and more bleak as time went on, and now announced on Thursday night that Hassan Longstreet has indeed, in fact, gone into the portal. On the bright side for Washington fans, Deon Williams is back. I don't know if we need to talk too much about that, but let's start with Hassan Longstreet and him going into the transfer portal. Zach, did this surprise you that Hassan Longstreet, backup quarterback for USC, is now in the transfer portal?
I forget. Jaden Mayava is coming back.
Yes, he's coming back.
Okay. That's right. He's a sophomore. Then no, I'm not surprised. I mean, he was a 5-star quarterback.
True sophomore,
He,
though. I mean, he was going to be a sophomore. It's not like he was going to be a junior or a senior or something.
yeah, but I would not be surprised if he wants to have at least 2 years to start before he goes to the NFL.
I'm wondering what the market for him is going to be. There's talk of Oregon right now, but I don't know. Does Oregon really want to go with a first-time starting quarterback next season?
Probably not.
Sounds like if they bring him in, then they would bring him. I mean, this is just my thing. I've not read any insiders on this or anything, but if you're going to bring Hassan Longstreet in, it seems like you would probably want to bring in another quarterback to kind of have him sit behind for a season, which I I don't know. To me, it doesn't make any sense. Like I get his brother transferred and all that other stuff going on, but for me, if I'm Hassan Longstreet, I'm not doing this. Right? You see the way
Mm-hmm.
everything is going in college football right now. Age is such an important thing, and a lot of people are looking for a quarterback with a good amount of age. Now, who knows where Sam Levitt's going to go? It doesn't seem like anybody wants Sam Levitt, or maybe Sam Levitt doesn't want them. I don't know what's going on there. He's the number one player in the on-3 transfer portal, and he's visited like 4 different schools, and nobody's signed him up. Maybe LSU will now that Deon Williams has not worked out for him. But I to me, like I don't know where you're going to go that is a better situation for your future. Are you really going to go to a place that has a quarterback guru that you're going to start right away? I mean, maybe you start over Lincoln Keenholz at Louisville if you go there. You're not
Yeah.
starting over Julian Sayin at Ohio State. Like, what are the other quarterback gurus in college football that don't have a quarterback right now? Lane Kiffin, I guess, doesn't. So maybe he goes to LSU. But even Oregon, like Will Stein's moving on. Oregon has a really good track record with quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But you know,
I I think LSU. I'm not saying I don't want him to go to LSU, but I'll say this: Hassan Longstreet to LSU makes a whole lot more sense than Deon Williams to LSU.
well, just because of the way, like, why? Why does he make more sense?
Well, because Hassan Longstreet probably would start at LSU, and like Lane Kiffin is an offensive mind, and like he gets a new start there. Whereas like Deon Williams, he was starting, and like I think a big part of this for Longstreet is that he was a sophomore next year, yes, but then he wouldn't get to start till his junior year.
Does he go with his brother, Kevin Longstreet, down to New Mexico? I mean, Jason Eck is down there. I apologize. I do not know the New Mexico starting quarterback
Mhm.
situation for next season, but I would think if you're a group of 6 school, you are likely going to be given a shot to the 5-star number 4 quarterback in the country in the recruiting class guy. Not saying you're going to start him for sure, but I would think you give him a shot. I mean, does he follow his brother and go to New Mexico?
I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility, but I would guess that Longstreet probably is going to have more suitors and better suitors in New Mexico.
Yeah, I mean, if he goes to New Mexico, it's like, dude, why didn't you just stay?
Yep.
Why didn't you just stay with USC? I don't know. That's my whole thing. Like, I I get he's not starting this year and everything, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm
So
not saying
there's a lot of buzz about Oregon. I don't get the Oregon buzz. I guess
yeah, I
he
don't
goes to
get that
Oregon, he
either.
starts there, but man, if I'm an Oregon fan, it's worked out so well with Dante Moore being a junior this year and everything. I'd want to bring somebody else in and kind of have him sit for a year and learn the system. I
Yeah.
personally would not like that idea if I was an Oregon fan.
Yeah, I well, I mean, I don't love any of these options. You know what else I don't love? the fact that the NCAA abdicated their responsibility to actually regulate the portal. But because they can't be adults, we have to talk about this.
Wow. Yes.
Sorry,
It all
you
comes back to the NCAA stinks. Yes.
yeah. Sorry, you're getting me at 12:26 a.m. on a Thursday night. So I'm a little
Well,
more loopy than normal.
this is the last thing I'll ask you, and then we'll end the show here. Deon Williams coming back for Washington. If you, yes, I totally agree. I'm glad he's coming back, but like, what are your feelings if you're a Washington player on that roster? Like what are you feeling about Deon Williams signing a contract 4 days later, going into the portal, and essentially 2 days later being like, "Whoop, sorry guys, that was my bad. I know you were all at a celebration of life for one of the students on campus, and you were all supporting her, and I was not there and let out the news, but coming back, here we are." Like, I don't get me wrong, I like Deon Williams. I think Deon Williams is a really good player, but I do think that he's gonna have to do quite a bit to earn back some of the trust of the team after this.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's leadership. Like this is part of leadership and learning how to be a better leader. I, I don't think I don't know if it's going to be as difficult though as maybe we think. Like these are 18 to 22-year-olds who are all dealing with the same reality. And I think it's admirable for a player to head out like say I'm going to head out the door and then to reconsider. And I mean, we don't know all the reasons. My guess is Washington offered him more money and that he also felt like he had to because of the contract. So like, yeah, I think there's certainly going to be some skepticism and cynicism here. But I think it really just depends on, is Deon Williams the type of leader that sits there and says, "Hey, I did not go about this the right way. That's my bad. Would you guys forgive me?" Or is he going to go in and be like, "Well, you guys do the same thing, so who cares?" And like I think that's gonna be what proves to whether he keeps the locker room or not. I would hope that he has the people in his corner to help him realize that being a good leader means, yeah, I didn't do this the best way. I apologize. Let's go to work.
Yeah, I mean, Max makes a good point. Like he has an entire off season to gain back trust, and hopefully the coaches put him in a position to do that. I agree, Max. I think that that's huge with the entire off season and everything else. If this happened like the spring portal or something, that might be a little bit different. But I also think that this is also a really good sign for college football, in my opinion, just like in general. I think that if this whole situation went through and Deon Williams, transferred to LSU and played there, that would be really, really bad, in my opinion, for college football. That would make the
Agreed.
entire time frame of the transfer portal complete, or the entire idea of a contract completely meaningless. Xavier Lucas has already kind of made it seem like the transfer portal is meaningless. So even with the transfer portal closed in the offseason, you're still going to be kind of like looking behind your back a little bit with some of these players to still be able to leave, because he showed that you don't have to enter in the transfer portal to leave. But overall, like, I do think that this is a win for college football, and coaches are probably looking at this situation with Washington and saying, thank you for retaining Deon Williams, because hopefully this will deter other student athletes who are, maybe in a situation where they sign a contract but get offered more money elsewhere and try to leave to do that. Because I think
Yep.
probably another reason with this was probably he realized how much of a battle this was going to be, and that he might honestly not play next season, and that would have hurt
Mhm.
his ability to go to the NFL.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
because if you're a running quarterback, a small guy like Deon Williams, you want to try to get to the NFL as quickly as you can with your draft stock, because you don't want to take a hit that you know really sets you up poorly. So
Yeah. No, I agree.